Hello and welcome everyone finally to this district matchup. It looks like we're just 5 or 6 minutes away from this one's start. Coaches meeting going on at home plate between head coach Stephen Hutcherson of the Panthers and Chad Crimpen of the Rouse Raiders. So what both these teams come in this district into this district game 6-2 in district play, tied in a 4-way tie at the top of District 25 5A. This is going to be one of the pinnacle matchups in the district, if not just tonight, of maybe the entire season. Next on Thursday, Liberty Hill will take on Cedar Park, one of those teams tied at the top of District 25 5A. So Liberty Hill, 2 really tough games this week, and they're going to have to make the most of it if they want to improve their chance at winning a district championship. Liberty Hill comes in the game 18-4 overall, Rouse 17-6 overall. So both of these teams are some of the best in Central Texas. I am Jason Heebner. I'll be on the call tonight, and it looks like we're going to be ready for starting lineups and national anthem, and we'll go to the PA for that.
Good evening, baseball fans. Welcome to today's matchup between the Rouse Raiders and your Liberty Hill Panthers. And now the lineup for the visiting Raiders. Batting first, the second baseman, number 9, Raider Heinrich. Batting second, the designated hitter, number 3, Blake Gonzalez. Batting third, the left fielder, number 7, Caden Casper. Batting fourth, the pitcher, number 8, Oscar Salazar. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 22, Colby Diaz. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 5, Carter Heinrich. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 11, Colin Correjo. Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 4, Mikey Caputo. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 2, Joe Sparshoe. And the center fielder for the Raiders is number 10, London Miller. And now the starting lineup for your Liberty Hill Panthers. Batting first, the designated hitter, number 12, Logan Dyer. Batting second, the catcher, number 28, Carson Riley. Batting third, the first baseman, number 24, Cash Durkin. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 10, Gabe Neuenschwander. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 8, Colby DeMars. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 11, Trent Eller. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 2, Garrett Neely. Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 7, Jack Stavinoff. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 3, Chase Maxwell. And the starting pitcher for your Panthers is number 17, Cole Jefferson. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are willing and able to, please rise for the national anthem.
Kaiser on the PA, a friend and classmate of mine. Thank you, Zach. And we're just about ready to go here in Liberty Hill. On the mound tonight, starting for the Panthers, is going to be Cole Jefferson. The defense behind him will be his catcher is going to be Carson Riley. At first will be Cash Durkin. The second baseman, Trent Eller. The shortstop, Garrett Neely. The third baseman, Cade Noonschwander. Out in left field will be Chase Maxwell. In center will be Jack Stavinoa. And in right will be Colby DeMars. The same lineup we've had for the majority of district play tonight as the Liberty Hill Panthers rematch the Rouse Raiders. Well, so what happened in this matchup last time, you may ask? Well, I wasn't actually at the game. One of the few games this district campaign I've missed. But Liberty Hill lost this game 8-4 at Rouse last time they played in this district schedule. So they'll be looking to split the season series on tonight's ball game. Jefferson on the mound has been great in his last few outings, notably against Georgetown. He came in relief of C.J. Sherburne and was just dominant. So he'll look to continue that tonight against the Raiders. The Raiders, one of the top teams in Central Texas, currently ranked number 8 in the Diamond Pro poll, but Liberty Hill also ranked in that poll at number 19. Two other district teams in that poll. Cedar Park is number 18, and Georgetown is number 9. So we're going to have a 7:30 first pitch tonight as Carson Riley throws it down to second base, and we're just about ready to go here. So, leading off tonight for the Rouse Raiders, 7 returning starters in this Raider lineup. That'll make him a force for this Panther defense and pitching staff. You're good. Batting first is going to be Rainer Heinrich, the second baseman, leading him off. Not one of the returning starters, but his older brother, Carter Heinrich. Heinrich is one of the returning starters. First pitch of the ball game. Fastball, a little bit inside for ball number 1. Jefferson, big fastball, big curveball combination, has made him deadly on the mound in recent weeks. The 1-0 pitch. That one's on the outside half of the plate for strike number 1. So 1-1 for Rainer Heinrich, the younger brother of Carter Heinrich. I can't say the name right. I don't know. Here's the 1-1 pitch anyways. That one's hit into center field. Stavinoa looks to be under it, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. So Heinrich, I'm going to be saying that one wrong all night, and there's 2 of them, so it makes it even worse. That's a fly out. So a fly out there, and we'll bring up Blake Gonzalez, one of those returning starters for the Raiders. The designated hitter tonight, hitting for the center fielder, Landon Miller. First pitch curveball's off the plate for ball number 1. So 1-0. Jefferson winds up, delivers. That one's in there for strike 1. So 1-1 count. Jefferson working on Gonzalez. That one's hit weakly into right field. DeMars going over. DeMars going to be able to make the catch for out number 2. So 2 flyouts for the Raiders and 2 quick outs for Jefferson on the mound for Liberty Hill. Once again, both of these teams tied atop District 25-5A here, one of the toughest baseball districts in Central Texas. A 4-way tie at the top between Liberty Hill, Rouse, Georgetown, and Cedar Park, all 6-2 in their district campaigns. The 3-hole hitter tonight for the Raiders will be Caden Casper. First pitch to him. Fastball, strike 1. We started this game a little bit late. If you're just joining us, we've just started. A little bit of a lightning delay has pushed this start back, but we're started now, and the skies are pretty clear, and this game will have no problems finishing. So 0-2. So 0-2 here to Casper. That one, fastball, a little bit off the plate. Good pitch there. Carson Riley tried to sell it for the umpire. 1-2 count here. Jefferson working from the windup. 2 outs in the inning for the Panthers. That curveball's grounded weakly over to Trent Eller. Eller will field it cleanly, throw it over to Durkin for the 3rd out of the inning. The Panthers start out the ball game 1-2-3, and we'll head to the bottom of the 1st where they'll look to get on the scoreboard early. You're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vibe Live.
Vibe Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts.
Wait, hold on just a moment.
It's true that Vibe Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts. But did you know that Vibe Live does more than sports? Vibe Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vibe Live can broadcast your event, email us at vype.com.
Welcome back here to Liberty Hill, where the Panthers have just put down the Raiders 1-2-3 in the Raiders' first at-bat of the ball game, and now they'll take their own hacks to begin the bottom of the first. Looking at the pitcher tonight, it's going to be Oscar Salazar on the mound for the Raiders. Looking him up right now, trying to see if he's got any offers. He's 6'2", sophomore, so he's a little bit early in his recruiting process, but if I remember correctly, he was on varsity last year as a freshman, and he looks to be very talented to get the start against the Panthers tonight. Panthers, though, not really. They've seen some tough pitching this year. Think about to the Glenn game. They saw Holden Harris on the mound, a TCU baseball commit, and they were just fine against him. Were able to win that ball game 6-2 over at Glenn last Friday night. So they'll look to have some success now against Salazar tonight. Leading off for the Panthers is going to be Dyer. Logan Dyer, followed by Carson Riley, and then Cash Durkin, the same first three we've had for all of district play. Defensively for the Raiders, it's going to be Salazar on the mound. The catcher is going to be Heinrich. The first baseman, Diaz. The second baseman's the other Heinrich. Shortstop is Sparshu. Third baseman, Caputo. Left fielder is Casper. The center fielder, Miller. And right fielder, Colin Correjo. Correjo, I do believe, in right field is a UTSA baseball commit, if I seem to remember him correctly. Colby Diaz at first for the Raiders will be joining old Panther alumni Ryan Leary at Texas State in the fall.
Now batting for the Panthers is designated hitter number 12, Logan Dyer.
So Dyer will start off the Panthers inning here. Looking to start something here after the quick 1-2-3 in the top half. Have some success here in the bottom half of the inning. Salazar set. First pitch to Dyer. Fastball high for ball number 1. Looks like a pretty good pitch from our angle. Maybe been just high on Dyer. So 1-0 here for Salazar. That one is high. That's a 2-0 count now for Dyer. So 2-0. Dyer way ahead early. Panthers probably looking to be disciplined at the plate. Took a lot of walks against ECU on Saturday. Maybe have the same strategy here tonight. That curveball finds the inside half of the strike zone for strike number 1. So 2-1 to Dyer. Salazar set. Working from the stretch. Here's the pitch. That one's chased by Dyer, bring the count to 2-2. So 2-2 for Dyer. No outs here. Dyer leading off the Panthers in the bottom half of the first. Salazar set on the mound. 2-2 pitch. That one's off the plate. Now bring the count to full. Salazar throwing a 2-seam out there on the mound. Fastball has some movement to it. See what he does here on the 3-2. Full count pitch to Dyer. That one's grounded hard up the middle. Sparshu makes the play at short, throws it across the diamond to Diaz for out number 1 to beat Dyer by a few steps. So that'll be 1 out in the inning, and it'll bring up the junior catcher, Carson Riley.
Now batting for the Panthers, the catcher number 28, Carson Riley.
Me and Zach, the PA announcer here, we're talking pregame, and neither of these teams were able to get their routine batting practice in. First pitch to Riley is a first pitch curveball for strike number 1. None of these teams were able to get their pregame batting practice in due to some storms and the lightning delay. So this could be kind of a pitcher's duel tonight. We'll see, obviously, as the game goes on. 0-1 to Riley here from Salazar. That curveball's also called for strike number 2. That was a good frame job behind the plate by Carter Heinrich. A little curveball just caught the outside edge for the home plate umpire. So 0-2 to Riley. Pitch. That fastball's inside. Nearly hits Riley. He's about a centimeter or two away from that one, grazing him on the side of the helmet. But able to get out of the way. And Heinrich is going to go talk to the pitcher, Oscar Salazar. Once again, thank you for joining us. This game was a little bit delayed. Didn't start until about 7:30, 30 minutes later than it was scheduled due to some lightning delays in the area as some storms have hit Central Texas. But we're all good here in Liberty Hill, and now we're playing some baseball. 1-2 here to Carson Riley. Salazar the pitch. That fastball is fouled into over by the Rouse dugout for Carson Riley. Staying alive here. So Riley now back in the box. The 1-2 pitch. That curveball. It's a little bit high. Salazar wanted it, but it all worked to count to 2-2. Good crowd for tonight's ball game. Good amount of fans in the crowd. 2-2 pitch here to Riley. That curveball's weakly fouled back by Riley. Good job of staying alive, showing some fight from the junior catcher. So 2-2. 2-2 for Riley, back in the box now. Salazar set. Here's a pitch. That one's low. And Carson Riley will take the walk. Must have been 4 balls. We're a little off here in the press box. But Carson Riley has a walk there to have a Panther base runner here. And we'll have a courtesy runner. That courtesy runner looks to be Sean Parsons, as he's become really the staple over there for the courtesy runners for usually for Carson Riley. If the pitcher does get to hit, it'll usually be Colton Rutherford's the backup option. And now brings up one of the hottest hitters in the district, Cash Durkin. 3 home runs in his last 3 games, 2 in the game against Georgetown a couple weeks ago. As that one, his first pitch is off the zone, out of the strike zone in the right-handed batter's box there for ball number 1. Durkin, a big lefty hitter, going to Blinn College in the fall, where he'll look to continue his playing career. Salazar will step off. He's looking at Parsons on first base. Salazar set now. Here's the pitch to Durkin. Fastball hit into left field by Durkin. Left fielder going back, and that ball is gone. Durkin leading the game off with a 2-run home run. I said it, folks, one of the hottest hitters in this district, and he's taken 2 now opposite field, and that one is gone. Early lead for the Panthers, and they're up 2-0 in this district ball game. If you were watching our game on Saturday against Eastview in Cash Durkin's first at bat, he did the same thing, took one over the left field fence, and tonight in this big ball game against the Raiders, does the same thing against Oscar Salazar, and the Panthers are on the board. What about Cash Durkin as he brings Cade Neuenschwander into the box? That first pitch fastball from Salazar is in there for strike 1, but Durkin giving the Panthers an early lead in this crucial ball game. 0-1 here to Neuenschwander. That curveball is high in the zone for ball number 1. Works the count to 1-1. Here. Salazar set. Pitch. That curveball finds the zone. Brings the count to 1-2. But when Durkin makes contact with those baseballs, they just seem to keep on going. I always think it's just going to stop, and they never end up doing that. So 1-2 here to Neuenschwander. It's hit foul down the first baseline. Good job of Neuenschwander by fouling off that high fastball. So he'll stay at 1-2. One-two here for Neuenschwander. Pitch. That one's hit hard up the middle, and Neuenschwander will reach on a single, and the Panthers are having some early success here against Salazar. And wow, this is not the start you were expecting if you're the Raiders. One of the top teams in the state. You beat this Liberty Hill Panther team last time, and you come to their place, and they're ready to play. So we'll have a little bit of a mound visit here. That doesn't look like Coach Crimpen. It looks like an assistant pitching coach maybe. So he's just going to try to calm Salazar down and get Salazar back on track. But the Panthers, they're not going to want to stop this momentum. They're going to want to ride it as long as they can. And with Colby DeMars coming to the plate, they'll be able to have a chance of keep putting this ball game out of reach for the Raiders early. And here is DeMars wearing that number 8. He's in the batter's box now, and he'll have his first at-bat of the ball game. Salazar set, checks Noonschwander at first. Here's the pitch. That's fastballs off the plate for ball number 1. Salazar maybe a little flustered out there on the mound. You know, allowed a home run to Durkin, and you got DeMars here, very capable of doing one of his own. And you got to be careful what you throw here. The catcher signaling for Salazar to step off, and he does. So DeMars back in the box with a 1-0 count. Salazar set, pitch to DeMars. Curveball finds strike 1, and Salazar may have gotten lucky with that curveball. Kind of a hanger, but threw it 1-0. DeMars not one to swing at it. But if he throws that one again to really any of these Panther batters, they could give that one a ride. Got to be careful if you're Salazar throwing that curveball high in the zone. They're going to check Noonschwander. He's back in time pretty easily. So DeMars here in the box, facing Salazar. 1-1 count for him. They'll throw over to first base where Noonschwander once again get back in plenty of time. So 1-1 count. DeMars back in the box. He just wanted to see a pitch here from Salazar. Salazar set, delivers. That fastball's hit hard into left field by DeMars. That ball will be down. Noonschwander will be held at second, and the Panthers now back-to-back singles, and they're not going anywhere. The Panthers have came out swinging in this ball game. They've came to play. They did not let this lightning delay affect them, and they are really swinging the bats well here against Salazar. Salazar only a sophomore. Liberty Hill maybe that could be to Liberty Hill's advantage right now. A little bit of inexperience on the mound. Was a varsity starter last year, but not on the mound. He usually just played outfield. So now Trent Eller in the box. He's looking to continue this hot streak for the Panthers. Pitch. First pitch to Eller looked kind of like a changeup, really. Not even really like a curveball. 0-1, no. Anyways, it was in the zone. So DeMars on first. Noonschwander on second. Eller at the plate for Liberty Hill. Salazar, the 0-1 pitch. That one's hit hard, but that's the third baseman. Noonschwander being sent home. There's going to be a play at the plate. Noonschwander's going to be there in time, and the Panthers have extended this to a 3-run lead. So a RBI single from Trent Eller, and the Panthers have just 3 straight singles, and they're now really, they are destroying Salazar. I couldn't think of another word. They're just on him, like they're lights out on him. Only out in the inning so far, the first batter, Logan Dyer, who grounded out. So now Garrett Neely will come to the plate. We got DeMars on second, Eller at first. Neely at the plate. Salazar set. First pitch to Neely. Fastball, and that one finds the zone for strike number 1. The Panther hitters really doing a good job of jumping on Salazar's fastball tonight. Last 3 singles have all been hard-hit line drives off his fastball. See what Neely can do here. 0-1 pitch. That's a fastball hit up hard up the middle. Sparshu dives at it. They're going to be able to get the out at second base. Good play by Sparshu at short. Diving play up the middle. Able to get Trent Eller at second base. A little fielder's choice for Garrett Neely. So now there'll be 2 outs. But Neely does advance runners to the corners there. Sparshu saved a run by diving and being able to get that ground ball. So 2 outs here. They'll bring up Jack Stavinoa.
The center fielder, number 7, Jack Stavinoa.
Stavinoa, the senior center fielder, going to play at University of Texas A&M Texarkana in the fall, well, NAIA school up in Texarkana. Good for him. Runners on the corners. First pitch swinging. Hit hard at the first baseman, but Colby Diaz just jumps up and snags it to save another run. So the Raiders able to get out of that jam with a couple of good defensive plays, but not before Liberty Hill strikes first, putting 3 on the scoreboard, and we'll head to the top of the second. I'm Jason Huebner, and you're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vipe Live.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vipe stands above the rest. Vipe can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vipe, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
Well, welcome back here, folks, to Liberty Hill, where if you were here, you saw Liberty Hill Panthers jump on Oscar Salazar and the Raiders to take an early 3-0 lead here in this District 25 5A matchup. Both of these teams tied for a top at the spot. Let me say that in a different way. Tied at the top of this district, a 4-way tie for first at 6-2 in district play between Liberty Hill and Rouse, along with Georgetown and Cedar Park. Liberty Hill, if they can win this ball game, would have another tough game on Thursday against Cedar Park at Cedar Park. So make sure to join us on Thursday night here on Vipe Live for that game. And now at the plate for the Raiders will be Oscar Salazar. First pitch to him from Jefferson. Grounded weakly to Trent Eller, able to make the play and throw it across to Durkin for out number 1. So Salazar, the pitcher, not able to help his own cause there. Grounded out on the first pitch from Jefferson for an early out. So now here comes Colby Diaz. Diaz, probably the biggest threat the Raiders have at the plate. Texas State baseball commit, and he can really swing it well. Jefferson throws one where Colby Diaz likes it. They could go a long way. First pitch curveball from Jefferson, though, in there for strike number 1. Diaz, I mentioned this earlier, joining Ryan Leary, the Panther alumni, at Texas State next year. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another curveball in there. Not in there. I don't know where that one was. Looked right down Broadway to me. Here's a 1-1, though. Jefferson, the pitch. That fastball is fouled back by Diaz and brings the count to 1-2. So 1 out here in the top of the second. Liberty Hill leading in this ball game. Cole Jefferson, the senior on the mound, he's going to John Hopkins in the fall. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball. Diaz chased it. Riley will have to throw down to first. He does, and that's the second out of the inning on the strikeout of Diaz. And now I'll bring up Carter Heinrich, the catcher, and Liberty Hill and Jefferson on the mound especially looking really solid here early on. So Carter Heinrich is the catcher tonight. He's catching Salazar, and now he's going to be facing Jefferson in his first at bat of the night. First pitch to Heinrich, fastball in there for strike number 1. Jefferson's looked like a new pitcher here in his last few appearances. He's really dialed in his fastball, and he's been doing some deadly things with it as of late. Combined with him and Sherburne, and the Panther pitching staff has been one of the best in this district, if not Central Texas. 1-1 pitch here. That fastball just below the knees for ball number 2. Brings the count to 2-1 for Heinrich. So 2-1. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Liberty Hill looking to go back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. That one's hit into center field. Stavanoa coming onto it, and he'll have to let it drop. And Heinrich will have a single here for the Raiders' first hit of the ball game. Smart play out there by Stavanoa. If you can't get that ball and you dived him, you miss it. That's going to be a triple at least for Heinrich. And he'll have a courtesy runner on first base. Can't see who that is, so we'll just call him the courtesy runner, if that comes to anything. But he'll bring up Colin Correjo. Correjo playing right field tonight for the Raiders. I do believe he's going to UTSA, but I'm going to confirm that real quick. First pitch to Correjo, fouled back. Brings the count to 0-1. Okay, cannot find his Twitter profile. Thought I could. Anyways, we're going to say he's going to UTSA. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. 0-1 pitch here. That one's fouled out of play again by Correjo. And brings the count to 0-2. Jefferson way ahead to the right fielder. So courtesy runner on first base, running for Heinrich. Correjo at the plate. Jefferson, the 0-2 pitch. Fastball, a little bit high. We'll bring the count to 1-2. A little chase pitch there. Jefferson trying to get Correjo to chase that fastball high and away. Correjo, good job of discipline at the plate, not chasing it. 1-2. Here's the pitch. Runner's going. They're going to have a throw down here. Runner's going to be safe. It was kind of a strange thing by the courtesy runner. He kind of jumped early, then he stopped in his tracks, and then he just kept on going. May have got confused on a sign or then decided he had to go. But anyways, he's safe at second base. Again, can't tell who that courtesy runner is. My eyesight's not good enough to see his number all the way over there at second base. Zach Kaiser's telling me 15. And I'll do a little search, see who that is. Looks like that's Sam Walsh on second base. Once again, thanks to Zach Kaiser doing the PA you hear on the crowd tonight and every district ball game for Liberty Hill. So Walsh on second base, run for Heinrich. Correjo at the plate. Curveball. Ooh, tough call for the Panthers. Curveball. Panthers thought it caught the inside half of the zone. And it may have, may not have. Not mine to call. That's what the home plate umpire's there for. But full count, 2 outs here. Liberty Hill looking to get out of this inning unharmed. Jefferson, the 3-2 pitch. Fastball, that one runs inside, and now the Raiders will have runners on first and second. So that walk of Correjo and the single by Heinrich brings up Mikey Caputo. Caputo playing third base tonight. He's pushed Colby Diaz over to first defensively. First pitch to Caputo. Fastball, a little bit high. Brings the count to 1-0 early. So Jefferson now, 2 base runners allowed here. Looking to minimize the damage for Liberty Hill. Keep the Raiders scoreless here in the top of the second. 1-0 pitch. Fastball in there for strike 1. Not sure if you can hear it on the crowd mic, but the Raider dugout making some noise, and Jefferson responds with a fastball in there for a strike. So 1-1. Caputo at the plate for the Raiders. Jefferson the pitch. Fastball. Actually looks like a changeup, 1-2. And Jefferson's now ahead of the count. Jefferson looking to keep the Raiders scoreless, along with the help of the Panther defense behind him. He's set now. He's going to check Walsh on second. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball. That one's a little bit off the plate. Caputo not chasing in the box. And now 2-2. Jefferson's going to have to attack the strike zone here to make sure he doesn't walk Caputo. I'd like a fastball inside here. Let's see what Jefferson does. Jefferson the pitch. High fastball. Caputo chases. And that's the strikeout to end the inning. And the Panthers will head to the bottom of the second inning where they'll look to extend their lead. You're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vipe Live.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vipe stands above the rest. Vipe can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vipe, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
Welcome back here to Liberty Hill. I've just switched from my glasses to my contacts, maybe improve my vision there a little bit. And it does seem to have a little bit of an immediate impact. The allergies getting to me a little bit here in this spring season here in Texas. But Chase Maxwell going to lead off the inning here for the Panthers against Oscar Salazar. First pitch bunt down the right first base line. Maxwell's going to have a base hit here if that stays fair. And that one is going to stay fair. It comes to rest on the line, and Salazar can't believe it on the mound. He was going to try to let it roll foul, and Maxwell just puts down a perfect bunt, stays right on the white. It's not chalk here, it's a painted turf line, but stays right on the chalk in perspective, and that's a leadoff single for Maxwell on the bunt. So 2 straight innings where the Panthers have got some early base runners, and we'll see if they can extend their lead here against the Raiders. Salazar once again going to have some trouble here in the bottom of the second. First pitch to Logan Dyer in his second at bat. He grounded out in his first at bat of the ball game, but he'll look to have some better success here in this one. Chase Maxwell on first base after the bunt single to lead off the inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Logan Dyer. Fastball hit hard, foul, down the first baseline, and Dyer, was attacking that one just a little bit out in front of it. He'll bring his count to 1-1. So 1-1 here for Dyer. They're going to pick Maxwell. Maxwell back in time. Once again, we like to thank our QA tonight, Lynn DeSalvo, for making sure we sound good, making sure our audio looks good for you at home. Thank you, Lynn, and to all the QAs out there at Vipe Live. 1-1 here. That one's off the plate, brings the count to 2-1. Salazar did kind of a strange sidearm delivery there. I'm not sure if that was intentional or if he's getting a little tired out there on the mound, but 2-1 regardless to Dyer. Here's the pitch. That one's hit by Dyer to left field. The left fielder coming in on it, and he's able to make the catch for the first out here in the bottom half of the inning. So 1 out now, and I'll bring up Carson Riley, the junior catcher.
Now batting for the Panthers, the catcher, number 28, Carson Riley.
So Riley walked his last at bat, but scored the first run of the ball game after Cash Durkin's 2-run home run. Runner goes. Hit and run on here. Maxwell's going to be out at second, and Matt Riley will be out at first. A little 6-3 double play unassisted. Sparshoe, the shortstop, ground ball up the middle, fielded it right at second base, able to tap the bag before Maxwell got there and throw it across to Diaz at first for the 6-3 unassisted double play. And now in the inning for the Panthers, the Rouse defense proven too much to handle right there. And we'll head to the top of the third, where Cole Jefferson will return to the mound for Liberty Hill and look to keep the lead. I'm Jason Hebner, and you're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vipe Live.
Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to VyPE.com and hit Find Your School to see what Vipe is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vipe is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at VyPE.com.
Welcome back here to Liberty Hill, where we're in the third inning of play. Just about 30 minutes elapsed here. If you're just joining us, this game started a little bit later, about 7:30 due to a lightning delay. But we're starting now, and Liberty Hill is in the lead here early against a district rival. Once again, let me talk about how just strong this district is. 4 teams tied at the top of District 25-5A. That includes Liberty Hill and Rouse tonight, as well as Cedar Park and the Georgetown Eagles, all at 6-2. Right behind them at 5-3 is Leander. So this is a 5-team race for 4 playoff spots. Liberty Hill looking to win one against Rouse tonight, and then go over to Cedar Park on Thursday and win that one as well, and they'd be in a great spot as we head to the end of district play here in the next few weeks. Looks like Joe Sparshoe's going to lead off the inning here for the Raiders. Jefferson's first pitch to him. Fastball's inside for ball number 1. Just threw my pencil on the floor, but we got it now, and 1-0 here to Sparshoe. That's a fastball. That's high as well. We'll bring the count to 2-0. So Jefferson's been fabulous so far. He'll look to continue that here in the third inning of work. 2-0 pitch winds up. Here's Jefferson. That one's grounded weakly. It'll be called foul. May have been hit off of Sparshu's foot there, the way everybody was reacting. Called foul immediately. So 2-1 here. Jefferson takes his sign from his catcher, Carson Riley. And here's the 2-1 pitch. That's a curveball in the dirt. Brings the count to 3-1. So 3-1 for Sparshu, the shortstop for the Raiders. Just made that 6-3 double play. And here's the 3-1 pitch. That one's hit hard between the hole of short and third into left field. Maxwell's able to stop it, and Sparshu will have a leadoff single for the Raiders. So leadoff single for the Raiders. They have some momentum here. Sparshu's been the source of a lot of it. Both at short defensively and now his leadoff single. And he'll bring up back to the top of the order, yep, Rainer Heinrich. Here's the pitch. First pitch to him is in there for strike one. Looks like a changeup. So 0-1 here to Heinrich. Rainer Heinrich, I should say. The second baseman, his brother Carter, behind the plate. So 0-1. That's high. Brings the count to 1-1. So Sparshu now running on first for the Raiders. Raiders looking to steal some runs back. Liberty Hill looking to keep this ball game at 0 for the Raiders. Jefferson, here's the 1-1. That one's hit out of play into the parking lot. Brings the count to 1-2. So 1-2 for Heinrich. In the batter's box, facing Jefferson for the second time. Flew out in his first at-bat. That curveball's hit weakly. Foul down the first baseline. Durkin was running after it, but a little bit too far for him to get there. And Heinrich will be now back in the box, still 1-2. Sparshu on first base for the Raiders. Jefferson set. Pitch to the plate. That curveball, good stop by Carson Riley to keep Sparshu at first. That curveball is in the dirt, brings Heinrich's count to 2-2. So 2-2 for Rainer Heinrich, the second baseman. Jefferson here. Here's the pitch, 2-2. That one's fouled back, brings the count to stay at 2-2. Heinrich doing a good job of staying alive here, battling against Jefferson. Liberty Hill really trying to keep the Roush Raiders off the scoreboard here in this one. Every run's going to count. That one's hit weakly, popped into a shallow right field. Second baseman Trent Eller's actually going to go over there and make the catch. Good play there by Trent Eller for out number 1. So a pop out for Rainer Heinrich, and we'll have one out in the inning. Liberty Hill now maybe will look for their own ground ball double play. And we'll have Blake Gonzalez, a designated hitter, one of those returning starters. 7 returning starters in this starting lineup for the Raiders. And here's going to be the first pitch to Gonzalez. High fastball, high and inside. Brings the count to 1-0. So 1-0 to Gonzalez. Gonzalez has Sparshu on first base. They're going to pick Sparshu. Sparshu's back in time. So 1-0. Jefferson doing a good job battling here, trying to keep the Raiders off the scoreboard in this crucial District 25 5A matchup. 1-0 pitch. That one's hit on the ground. Eller's going to be able to make the stop, go over to first base. The throw's wide. Sparshu's going to go over to second. They're going to have runners at the corners here after that throwing error from Trent Eller. Had to make a spinning throw and just a tough play in general, not able to get the throw on line. And that would advance Sparshu to third base. And runners on the corners now for the Raiders.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 7, Hayden Casper.
Eller there tried to get the out at first. Tough play, unable to make the throw on the line, and Sparshu able to advance to third on the throw. So now runners on the corners for Jefferson. At the plate is Caden Casper. First pitch to Casper. Fastball swung through for strike one. Casper, a lefty hitter, playing left field for the Raiders tonight. 0-1 pitch here. That one's off the plate. Brings the count to 1-1. So Sparshu on third. Gonzalez on first for the Raiders. Casper at the plate. 1-1 here. Jefferson set. The pitch. Fastball's high and outside again. Brings the count to 2-1. So 2-1 here for Casper, the three-hole hitter, trying to start something for the Raiders. Liberty Hill trying to minimize the damage here. That fastball's called strike two on the outer half of the plate, and now 2-2 for Casper. A strikeout here or a pop-up here from Casper would be huge. Any out that keeps Sparshu on third. 2-2 pitch, curveball, fouled out of play down the third baseline. Will be over the Panther dugout, and Casper will stay at 2-2. So Jefferson working a little bit faster now, trying to keep this game at his own speed, as any pitcher should. 2-2, he's set. Here's the pitch. High fastball, brings the count to 3-2. A couple of high fastballs in this at bat. Got to wonder if Jefferson's maybe trying to overthrow it out there. And you take a deep breath, relax, and he'll deliver the 3-2. So 3-2, he's taking his sign from Riley. Runners on the corners. You think that runner on first is going to be going here. He is. That one's high, and Jefferson will walk the bases loaded. So now the base is loaded for the four-hole hitter, Oscar Salazar. Behind Salazar would be Colby Diaz. So Panthers want to get an out here if they can. Diaz, the batter behind Salazar, not the one you want to have up with the bases loaded. So Coach Kyle Bisher is going to come talk to his pitcher in his infield and talk some strategy, give him some calming words of advice on the mound as Liberty Hill looks to escape this jam. That's the word I'm looking for. So bases loaded jam here. Sparshu on third, Gonzalez on second, and now Casper on first base. At the plate will be Oscar Salazar, and now he's really trying to help his own cause. The pitcher tonight for the Raiders. And if he could get a base hit here, he'd really put himself back in the ball position for a win tonight. Jefferson going to have to attack Salazar here. First pitch to Salazar. Fastball, strike one. Good news for Jefferson is in the first at-bat, Salazar did ground out. A ground ball here could be a double play and get the Panthers out of this inning. So 0-1. Pitch. That one's hit weak into center field. Stavinoa looks to be camped under it. Strong arm. They're going to try a tag. Stavinoa's going to throw to third. They're going to get the out at third. They're not going to get the out at third. Neuenschwander unable to hold on to it. And the Raiders have cut into this deficit by one. So Sparshu scores on the tag. Stavinoa tried to make the out at third. Had a good throw. Would have had an out. Just Neuenschwander unable to come up with the bouncing ball and tag the runner on at the same time. So there will be 2 outs now. And the Raiders will have runners on first and third. Coach Chad Crimpen is going to talk some strategy to his team. Real fast, his batter, Kobe Diaz maybe, and then his base runners in Casper and Gonzalez. A very smart play, actually, of Stavinoa to try to get that out at third. You know, less of a throw, and also would have had a better chance. Just, you know, some coordination issues. The throw a little bit short. Neuenschwander unable to make the play fully, and the slide right into the glove. You know, it's a tough play out there, and Panthers just unable to make it. So the Raiders do jump on the scoreboard here. First pitch of Colby Diaz is popped up. Trent Eller's calling for it, and he'll make the catch. And the Panthers escape the bases loaded jam, only allowing one, and they keep the lead as we head to the bottom of the third, where Liberty Hill will look to put that 1 run on the scoreboard, but on their side. You're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vibe Live.
For the end zone, touchdown, Ryder Hernandez on 4th and 2 from the 17.
Sure, Vipe Sports brings you the best in area high school football, but Vipe brings you exciting high school volleyball action.
Dive in the middle for the back row. Here comes James and gets the kill.
Vipe brings you walk-off home runs on the diamond.
Line drive, deep to left. It is going, and it is gone.
From lacrosse to the pitch to the court and more, the leader in high school sports coverage is Vipe Sports. BYP.
God, I'm a country boy. Well, welcome back here to Liberty Hill, where we're just listening to some music out here in between innings. Oscar Salazar returns to the mound for the Raiders. And the Panthers, still leading this game by 2. Allowed 1 run in the top of the 3rd, but, when you have a 3-run lead, you can afford to do that every now and then. And if the Panthers play baseball like they've been playing, I like their chances in today's ball game. Especially as Salazar has to face the 3-4-5 for the Panthers in Cash Durkin, Caden Noonschwander, and Colby DeMars. And if there's a batter you don't want to face first, it's going to be Cash Durkin, one of the hottest hitters in this district and one of the best overall. And he's been on a tear recently, and he'll look to continue that tear in this next at-bat. First at-bat, 2-run home run over the left field fence. And as a lefty, that's not really where you expect him to take it over the fence, but a strong opposite field hitter. And whenever he pulls one, it'll go a far way too. And a couple games ago, here at Panther Field, he hit one dead center. And I don't think I've ever seen anyone take one dead center here at Panther Field.
Now batting for the Panthers, the first baseman, number 24, Cash Durkin.
So if there's an at-bat you're going to want to pay attention to, folks, it's going to be this one, as this ball could go a long way if Durkin hits the ball the way he's been hitting it recently. Salazar first pitch. Oh, a little bit inside for ball 1. Thought it may have grazed him from my angle, but it didn't. So Durkin back in the box, 1-0. Salazar set the 1-0 pitch. Curveball. That's high and away for ball number 2. And I said it, Salazar's got to be careful with that curveball. If he throws one hanging to Cash Durkin, he's not going to see that ball ever again. 2-0. Salazar set now. Here's the pitch. That one's inside. That one hits him. Panther fans not happy. First fastball was inside. That one hit him. And Panther fans maybe thinking that one's intentional. So Durkin hit by the pitch there. And now Cade Noonschwander will come to the box. Now these teams have sort of become rivals in the last few years. Rouse and Liberty Hill really close, have played football a lot in the playoffs. So these teams are familiar to each other in their schools, and they've become sort of a heated rivalry in these last few years. First pitch to Noonschwander. Fastball fouled off the catcher for strike 1. So Carter Heinrich, the older brother of Rayner, at second base. We'll go talk to Oscar Salazar. Heinrich behind the plate is a senior. Salazar is only a sophomore. This Rouse team is quite young, actually. One of the best programs in Central Texas. Coach Chad Crimpen has built a program out there similar to Georgetown. And, this is why District 25 5A has become a powerhouse for baseball here in these last couple of years. So Durkin on first base after the hit by pitch. Noonschwander at the plate for Liberty Hill. No outs here in the bottom of the 3rd. That curveball's high. Brings the count to 1-1. Couple another runs here would be huge for the Panthers to keep this lead and even extend it. Every run's going to count in this ball game. Panthers looking to add some more here. 1-1 to Noonschwander. Pitches off the plate. Durkin delayed steal, and he's going to be safe at second base. Heinrich at second base was celebrating. They started to throw it around the horn, and the field umpire called him safe. I think Durkin got under that tag. And Coach Crimpen in the Rouse dugout must think the same thing, because he's not even going to appeal this play that Heinrich at second base just thought was an easy one. So good delayed steal by Durkin, something Coach Stephen Hutcherson likes to do fairly often. And Noonschwander now will show bunt, try to advance him to third. That bunt is foul, and I'll take Noonschwander 2 strikes, so he'll be swinging from now on. In case you don't know, if you bunt with 2 strikes and it is foul, you are considered out. So once you get a 2-strike count in a bunting situation, you're going to be swinging away and just trying to advance him the old-fashioned way. And sometimes, that helps a batter out. Gives him a base hit instead of a sack bunt. But We'll see how it does to Neutschwander here. 2-2. Durkin on second base. Fastball's popped way up in the air. The catcher, Carter Heinrich, looks to be under it, and he is able to make the catch for out number 1. So 1 out. Let me record that here in my stats. And he'll bring up Colby DeMars.
Now batting for the Panthers, the right fielder, number 8, Colby DeMars.
So Colby DeMars now in the box. Durkin on second base for Liberty Hill. Oscar Salazar, first pitch to DeMars, off the plate. Heinrich behind the plate doing a great job of stopping that one, keeping it in front of him, and kept Cash Durkin at second base. DeMars hitting the 5-hole these last few games has found some success. He's been hitting a lot of doubles recently. Anything in the outfield should score Durkin here. That fastball is off the plate, brings it to 2-0. One thing about this Panther team is all of them have pretty good speed, and they can all hit the ball fairly well. So it's a dangerous 1 through 9 lineup when you're facing these Panthers. 2-0 pitch here to DeMars. That's 3-0 as there's some lightning way out in the distance right over center field, but that's too far away. It won't cause us any concerns here. 3-0 to DeMars. Salazar's going to have to find a strike zone if he doesn't want to give a free walk. That one's, right down Broadway. I call it the easiest pitch in baseball, the 3-0 fastball. So 3-1. Durkin on second. DeMars at the plate. 1 out here in the bottom of the inning. Salazar set, checks Durkin a few times. Now has the pitch to the plate. That one's hit hard, foul by DeMars. Looks like it would have been ball number 4, but he decided to foul it down the third baseline instead. So now he'll work the count to full, and he'll have to show something here. Facing Salazar. DeMars in his last at-bat singled. A single here would have a chance to score Durkin. That one's way off the plate. Curveball looks like it may have slipped from Salazar's hand. And DeMars will have a walk. He's reached base twice tonight. Be interesting here to see what Rouse elects to do, if they're going to leave Salazar on the mound or if they're going to let him maybe go to the pin here. Some Rouse coaches looking like they're debating the decision as we speak. But Durkin on second, DeMars on first, Eller at the plate for Liberty Hill. First pitch to Eller is in there for strike 1. Eller, in his last at-bat, had an RBI single, so he's looking to get another RBI to his stat total. So 0-1 pitch. That fastball's high, about Eller's, his helmet level, brings the count to 1-1. If you're just joining us, Liberty Hill leading 3-1 in this District 25 5A matchup between two teams tied at the top of the district. 1-1 pitch to Eller. It's hit into left field. Left fielder going back. That ball's going. That ball's going to one-hop the wall. Durkin's going to score easy. DeMars being held to third, and he's going to be held at third. And Eller with the RBI double. So the RBI double by Durkin, and the Panthers have pushed this lead back to 4. Just after allowing the 1 run to the Raiders, I said it, they came back and they put that 1 run on their side of the scoreboard. They're keeping this lead at 3, and they're not done yet.
Now batting for the Panthers, the shortstop, number 2, Garrett Neely.
And Eller's on second base after the RBI double. DeMars on third, and Garrett Neely will be at the plate. And I got scared for a minute. There's a flash of lightning way out in center field. The home plate umpire put up his hands. But then I looked over, and it was just the Rouse Raiders making a pitching change. You can probably see that lightning on your screen. It's getting kind of more frequent. I hope it's going the other way, though, so we can keep playing. They're going to make a pitching change. Salazar will be done for the night. And we'll have the pitching change. We'll let you know who that is when we come back from a quick break. I'm Jason Huebner. You're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vipe Live.
Vipe Live, formerly KMAX Sports, one of the largest broadcast networks in Texas and the nation. Check us out at VyPE.com. Vipe is the leader in high school sports broadcasts. We've been doing it for 15 years.
3-13. Back in, another reverse. Breaking tackle. Willis dives to the end zone. Touchdown, Rangers.
16 seconds. Lily pulls up in the corner. Rotates to Wilson. She fires the three. Oh my God, it went in! Cavaliers pull ahead by 1.
Log on to VypeVYPE.com.
Welcome back here to Liberty Hill, where the Liberty Hill Panthers are leading this ball game 4-1 against district rival, district opponent, one of the best teams in the state, the Rouse Raiders. Liberty Hill has come to play tonight on this stormy evening that came through a little bit earlier. We got a little bit of a delayed start, but we're back now. Pretty good conditions out here in Liberty Hill. A little bit windy, wind blowing in tonight. And, I mean, mid-70s, it's good. It's good conditions for baseball. The new pitcher for the Raiders is going to be number 42, Jack Knight, has come in relief of Oscar Salazar. Salazar, 4 earned runs in 2 1/3. Not what the Raiders were looking for in him. But now, Jack Knight has a little bit of a jam he has to deal with. Trent Eller on second base, Colby DeMars on third, and Garrett Neely looking to drive in a few more runs and extend this Panther lead. In his last at-bat, Neely had a fielder's choice. That was that double play. No, that was not the double play. Excuse me. Just a fielder's choice in his last at-bat. In this one, he pops the first pitch into the Raiders' stands for strike number 1. So Liberty Hill has the momentum here. They're looking to keep it, maybe even extend this lead. Every run's going to count. I've said that a few times. And we're going to see here the 0-1 pitch here to Neely. That looks like a changeup. Works the count to 0-2. That almost looks like a classic, like, palm ball almost. Just a straight down drop and way slower than his fastball for Knight. Knight, the 0-2 pitch here, he winds up and delivers. That fastball's off the plate. Brings it to 1-2. Behind Neely would be Stavinoa, but Neely looking to do the damage himself here. The shortstop, senior, going to UT Dallas in the fall. That one's hit foul. Good job of staying alive. That's that breaking ball. Definitely the on-off speed pitch of some sort. Can't really tell the break of it from this direction, but it looks pretty nasty out there for Knight. 1-2. Knight winds up, delivers. That's a fastball. Neely laid on it, and that'll be out number 2. Knight doing a good job in his first at-bat, or first hitter. Excuse me, of mixing up speeds, and he just left Neely fooled on that one. So now 2 outs, bring up the senior center fielder, Jack Stavinoa. In his last at-bat, he lined out to Colby Diaz. Colby Diaz made a great play. First pitch of him. That's that curveball. Okay, in there for strike 1. Big velocity difference on Knight's curveball and fastball. See how the Panther hitters adapt to it. So 0-1. Knight now working from the windup with 2 outs. Pitch. That's the changeup. Okay, so definitely Knight's throwing a 1-2-3 option here. Fastball, curveball, changeup. And I like that changeup a lot. Wow. Seen it a few times now, and it just kind of floats in there. Knight, here we go. That's a curveball. And reaches the top half of the strike zone for strike number 2. And 1-2 to Stavinoa. Looking not to leave 2 runners stranded here for Liberty Hill. Knight winds up 1-2 pitch. That's off the plate. Catcher Heinrich started to celebrate that one. Now is in the right-hander's batter's box. I don't know what he was doing on that one. Brings that to 2-2. Not going to help the home plate umpire make any calls for Raiders if you keep doing that, Heinrich. 2-2. That fastball is chased by Stavinoa. Knight won't leave it up to the umpire. And 2 strikeouts for Knight in his first 2 batters of relief. And we'll head to the 4th inning. Liberty Hill leading this ball game 4-1. I'm Jason Heemer. You're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vype Live.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you Vype stands above the rest. Vype can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at Vype, VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
And welcome back here to Liberty Hill, where you're watching District 25 5A baseball between the Liberty Hill Panthers and the Rouse Raiders. I mentioned how these two teams have, sort of become rivals, and they've just both been really good at the sports they've played. Think about this year in football. We played them in the regional finals again. And, we've won the last 2 years. But then you go to basketball, and that's a series where it's been traditionally Rouse, Liberty Hill able to win the home game at Rouse this year, and they beat them for the district championship, did Liberty Hill. And, now baseball, Rouse won the first game, but Liberty Hill's looking to even the season series, kind of like basketball did, but this time on their home turf. So Carter Heinrich will lead off the inning for the Raiders. Cole Jefferson still on the mound for Liberty Hill. He's in his 4th inning of work. First pitch to Heinrich is a fastball low for ball number 1. So 1-0 for Heinrich. Jefferson takes a sign from Riley. He winds up. Here's the pitch. That one's in there for strike 1. Heinrich tried to hold back his check swing there, but it didn't matter. That was in there for a called strike anyways. So 1-1. Pitch here from Jefferson. That one looked like it may have dropped into the zone. It was just a little too high still. And it brings Heinrich's count to 2-1. Now this is Carter Heinrich. This is the catcher. His younger brother Rayner plays second base. That one's popped out of play here, out into the parking lot, tennis court area. And that'll work to count to 2-2. I want to thank our QA, Lynn DeSalvo, today for monitoring us, making sure we sound good, Lynn. Thank you for all you do out there, buddy. So 2-2, no outs here in the inning. That fastball's hit hard to left field. Maxwell going over for it, tries to make the diving catch. It one-hops the wall, gets past Maxwell, and Heinrich's going to have at least a double, and he'll have a stand-up double to start the inning. Maxwell laid out for down left field, but missed it by about a foot or so. But great effort out there by Maxwell for trying to track down that hard-hit baseball. Would have been a double either way. So now Panthers back in a bit of a tricky situation, but they're going to have to navigate it. No outs in the 4th. A leadoff double for the Raiders brings up the lefty Colin Correjo, who's playing right field tonight. Jefferson working from the stretch. First pitch to Correjo. Fastball. A little bit low and away for ball number 1. Jefferson's, when he's missing low, is missing in some good spots. Not ever really giving the Rouse hitters just a great pitch to hit. So 1-0, Jefferson, the pitch. That one's inside for ball number 2. So 2-0 for Jefferson, who's facing Colin Correjo. Raiders have a runner on second base. That one hits Correjo. And now it's the Raiders' turn to not be happy, but what can you do? So now runners on first and second for the Raiders. After the hit by pitch and the double, Raiders have runners on first and second. So now we got Mikey Caputo, the third baseman tonight. He has no outs here. 2 runners on for him. Jefferson looking to work out of a jam again. That one's popped straight into the infield, and third baseman is going to make the catch. It's an infield fly regardless. That's Noonschwander able to track it down. Infield fly, if there's less than 2 outs and there's runners on first and second, it's an automatic infield fly, so that batter's out regardless, no matter, even if the third baseman made the catch there. It's to make sure that, teams don't do some dumb things to get triple plays and stuff like that. So that's 1 out, and on the pop-up by Caputo, and it brings up Sparshu, who singled in his last at-bat. First pitch to Sparshu is grounded third. Noonschwander is going to go to second. Eller, now he'll get the force out at second. So now that's 2 outs in the inning. Good, quick thinking there by Noonschwander to go straight to second base. Was going to try to tag the runner advancing to third, but the runner stopped. So instead of trying, to maybe not get any outs at all, he just threw it over to Trent Eller at second base and got 2 outs. So now I'll bring up Rainer Heinrich, the leadoff hitter, and if they can get Heinrich out, they'll escape this without any issues. First pitch to Heinrich, fastball, low for ball number 1. Carson Riley doing a good job behind the plate, keeping everything in front of him. If something got past him here, it could be an issue for the Panthers. So 1-0. Jefferson pitch to Heinrich. That one's hit into right field. DeMars is coming in on it, able to make the sliding catch. DeMars running as hard as he can, slides down, able to make the catch, and the Raiders are still at 1. Great play out there by Colby DeMars, and the Liberty Hill fans are fired up. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th, where Liberty Hill will look to once again extend their lead. You're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vibe Live.
Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to VYPE.com and hit Find Your School to see what VYPE is saying about your great community. See for yourself why VYPE is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at VYPE.com.
Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to Liberty Hill High School, where your Liberty Hill Panthers are leading the number 8 ranked Roush Raiders by a score of 4-1. There's a couple of coaches polls, there's a couple of media polls for Texas high school baseball, but the one I'm referring to is the Diamond Pro Top 25, posted on TexasBaseball.com. Chase Maxwell going to lead this inning off for the Panthers. First pitch fastball to him is in there for strike 1. Still Jack Knight on the mound for the Raiders. Winds up, here's the 0-1. That curveball's off the plate, brings the count to 1-1. Maxwell singled in his last at bat, had that bunt single down the first base line. Look to reach base again here. 1-1. That curveball is foul tipped, brings Maxwell's count to 1-2. Knight really has some good stuff. 1-2, here we go. That fastball's way off the plate and brings the count to 2-2. So 2-2, here's the pitch. That breaking ball is fouled down the first baseline by Maxwell. First baseman Diaz going over for it, but it's going to hit the top of the Raider dugout. So Maxwell will stay at 2-2, and he'll look to straighten some contact out, reach base once again for the Panthers. So 2-2, here we go. That fastball's high. Maxwell doing a great job right now of working the count, having a good at bat regardless of the outcome, and that brings the count to 3-2. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball chased by Maxwell, and that'll be out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th. So 3 straight strikeouts for Jack Knight on the mound, and he's proven to do what Oscar Salazar was unable. Shut down the Panthers. And now Logan Dyer at the plate. First pitch to him. Fastball in there for strike number 1. Jack Knight on the mound is using a variety of breaking balls as well as a strong fastball to really just fool the Panther hitters at the plate. That's a big curveball in there for strike 2. So 0-2, Liberty Hill going to have to be smart And when they attack Knight here, look to jump on his fastball because some of his breaking stuff is nasty. That fastball by Dyer, he's too late on it, and that'll be the second strikeout of the inning. And Liberty Hill now has 2 quick outs. So now, number 28, Carson Riley at the plate. A walk and a ground out in his first 2 at-bats. As his first pitch fastball is in the dirt for ball number 1. So 1-0 to Riley. Knight pitch. The curveball finds the plate for strike number 1, excuse me. So 1-1, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Knight winds up the pitch. That curveball, same spot as the last one, and there for strike number 2. Panthers just not seeing Knight as well as they were able to see Salazar. 1-2 pitch is hit to first baseman Colby Diaz. Tried to run it out as Riley, but Knight able to cover the bag and get the 3rd out of the inning. And we'll head to the 5th here in Liberty Hill, where the Panthers still lead by 3. I am Jason Hebner, and you're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vipe Live.
For the end zone, touchdown, Ryder Hernandez on 4th and 2 from the 17.
Sure, Vipe Sports brings you the best in area high school football, but Vipe brings you exciting high school volleyball action.
Dive in the middle for the back row. Here comes James and gets the kill.
Vipe brings you walk-off home runs on the diamond.
Line drive, deep to left. It is going, and it is gone.
From lacrosse to the pitch to the court and more, the leader in high school sports coverage is Vipe Sports. VYP.
Now pitching for the Panthers, number 50.
Back here to Liberty Hill, where we have the switch on the mound we've all been waiting for. You know, Panthers have done this the last few district ball games, and they've had a lot of success in it. Winning their last 5, they'll either go Jefferson or Sherburne to start, and then they'll bring in Sherburne or Jefferson to finish. So that's what we're going to see here as C.J. Sherburne now enters the game. Cole Jefferson went 4 innings. He had 2 strikeouts, but only allowed that 1 earned run on the sac fly in the 3rd. So really solid outing by Cole Jefferson against one of the best teams in Central Texas, if not the state. This Rouse team went to the state tournament last year at the Dell Diamond and, didn't finish how they wanted to. State semifinalists, but they definitely made quite the playoff run and represented District 25 5A well. And they've returned a lot of those starters. 7 of those starters are starting tonight that started on that last year's team. So 7 of the 10 starters for the Raiders, so we're going to include the designated hitter, are starting tonight. So it's a very experienced Raider team, so you got to give props to Jefferson to holding them to just 1 earned run. And now C.J. Sherburne will look to continue that success that Jefferson was having on the mound.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 3, Blake Gonzalez.
So it looks like for the Raiders, we're going to be at their 2-hole hitter. Blake Gonzalez will have 2, 3, 4 this inning. Gonzalez, Casper, and then whoever they elect to hit for Salazar. That first pitch fastball is a little bit inside for ball number 1. Sherburne likes to use this fastball, fastball curveball combination. There's another fastball. That one does find the inside half of the plate for strike number 1. Sherburne pitched well against Rouse last year, actually. As that one's a little bit inside. Sherburne trying to attack the inside half of the plate right now. Was able to do it on the second pitch, a little bit too far inside the last few. That one's inside again for strike number 2. So 4 straight inside fastballs. What are you going to do on this next pitch? We'll see. Sherburne winds up the 2-2. Curveball hitting the left center field gap, and Gonzalez is going to have at least a double here, or he's going to try to have a double. And he's actually held at first base. I thought that'd be an easy double, but Chase Maxwell out there in left field got to it super fast. Great job out there by Maxwell in left field to track that ball down and keep Gonzalez to a leadoff single.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 7, Aiden
So Gonzalez on first, now Casper at the plate. First pitch to Casper is chased for strike number 1. Casper, the lefty, has a ground out and a walk on the night. Rouse looking to retaliate. Liberty Hill's done a good job of getting out of a few jams the last few innings. That pitch also chased by Casper. 2 outside fastballs, 2 strikes early for Sherburne. Top of the 5th here. If you're just joining us, Liberty Hill leading by 3. Sherburne, the 0-2 pitch. That one's off the plate again, but that one will be watched by Casper for ball number 1. So Gonzalez at first, Durkin holding him on. Sherburne checks him, now the pitch to the plate. That one's chased by Casper, and that's a strikeout for out number 1 here in the inning. Good job by Sherburne to retaliate after the leadoff single. Settle back in and strike out Casper for the first out of the inning.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 42, Jack Knight.
Jack Knight now the pitcher's at the batter's box. First pitch to him is down low. The chair's stuck. I'm trying to fix it, but we're unstuck now. And that's 1-0 to Knight, the pitcher, who's batting in place of Salazar, who started this ball game for the Raiders. Gonzalez still at first base. Sherburne checks him a few times. Now the pitch to the plate. Knight late on that fastball brings the count to 1-1. So 1-1 for Knight. Sherburne set the 1-1. That curveball is chased by Knight, and Knight doesn't really look comfortable up there. You know, the Raiders in a predicament with him. If they pinch hit for him, they got to pull him off the mound, so he's up there swinging the bat. May not normally be doing that. So 1-2. That fastball's a little bit outside. Liberty Hill wanting to call, but home plate umpires thought it was a little bit too far off the plate. So 2-2 now for Knight at the plate. Sherburne looking to get the second out of the inning with this pitch. Curveball. That one's in the dirt. Good eye by Knight. Brings the count to 3-2. So 3-2 now. Gonzalez at first base. Sherburne set now. And here's a 3-2 pitch. That fastball is a little bit too far inside. Panther fans not happy. Sherburne not happy with it either. So that walks Knight, who escapes after a few close calls. And he'll bring up Colby Diaz. Diaz, the aforementioned Texas State baseball commit. He'll be joining Panther alumni Ryan Leary there next year. Ryan Leary actually a few weekends ago hit his first collegiate home run. Congrats, Ryan. That first pitch here to Diaz is in the dirt for ball number 1. Liberty Hill going to have to work to get out of another jam. They escaped the bases loaded with only allowing 1 and were able to get out of last inning without allowing a run, so they're looking to do that again. So Gonzalez at second, decent speed. A hit into the outfield would be close at home plate. That one's hit deep into right. DeMars is going back. It's just actually really high. DeMars looks to be camped under it, and he'll hold Gonzalez at second base. Diaz hit that ball so high up it didn't actually travel super far. Horizontally, I should say. It went up more vertically.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 5, Carter Heinrich.
So now 2 outs after the fly out of Diaz. And he'll bring up Carter Heinrich. Heinrich, I've said this a few times, the second Heinrich on this Raider squad, the older brother, behind the plate. A double and a single. He's 2 for 2 on the night. Panthers going to have to take out Heinrich here if they want to get out of this jam. First pitch strike there from Sherburne. With 2 outs in the inning, they don't need anything super special. They're just trying to eliminate the damage here from the Raiders. That one's in the dirt. Good job by Carson Riley keeping it in front of him. Brings the count to 1-1. So 1-1, Gonzalez on second base. That would be Knight. That would be a courtesy runner of Knight at first. No, it is Knight at first, actually. It's not a courtesy runner. Here's the pitch here. That one's fouled out of play by Heinrich. Surprising to see Knight out there running still. Unless he's not going to return to the mound, but I don't know why he won it. He has 5 straight outs in the 5 batters he's faced. So 1-2 for Heinrich. Sherburne, the pitch. That curveball falls in there for called strike 3. Carter Heinrich not happy with the home plate umpire, but the Panthers able to escape once again another jam, and we'll head to the bottom of the inning where Liberty Hill once again looking to extend their lead. You're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on VIPE Live.
VIPE Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that VIPE Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts, but did you know that VIPE Live does more than sports? VIPE Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how VIPE Live can broadcast your event, email us at VYPE.com.
Liberty Hill, the Panthers leading in this district ball game over the Rouse Raiders. Jack Knight does return to the mound for the Raiders, and he'll have to face Cash Durkin, Cade Noonschwander, and Colby DeMars. Last time the Rouse pitching staff paced at 3-4-5, the Panthers were able to force across a run in the top of the third, and they'll look to maybe get some more runs here, and they'll bring up Cash Durkin, 1 for 1 on the night, also hit by the pitch. First inning, if you remember, if you were not here, Cash Durkin took Oscar Salazar to deep left field, and that ball went over the wall and put the Panthers on top of this game, and they've stayed there ever since. First pitch to Durkin here. Curveball way outside, brings the count to 1-0. And if you're Knight on the mound, you got to know that you can't leave anything out here for Durkin, or he'll make you pay for it. So here's Knight, winds up the pitch. That fastball, big swing by Durkin, just a little bit behind it, brings the count to 1-1. I wouldn't try to sneak another one of those by him just quite yet, or Durkin may make you pay. 1-1 here. That's a curveball. That's off the plate. Knight's curveball really 12-6 in action, just straight up, straight down. Not a whole lot of vertical movement. That makes it really hard, actually, as a player, just to hit the 18-inch vertical break, because that fastball's high. Durkin chases it, brings the count to 2-2. So 2-2 for Durkin. Durkin looking to be the first base runner of the inning for Liberty Hill, looking to help him push across the lead, keep getting insurance runs here as we head to the later half of this ball game. That one's a curveball. That's off the plate, brings the count to 3-2. Carter Heinrich behind the plate tried to hold that one a little bit, but same place as the earlier curveball in the at-bat. That was also called a ball. So now it's full for Durkin. Knight winds up the 3-2 pitch. Fastball popped back out of play by Durkin. Doing a good job, staying alive, trying to battle. Durkin, a great hitter, and he's not going to go down without a fight. 3-2. Knight winds up the pitch. Curveball, Durkin smokes it. That ball is absolutely crushed, but it's foul. I mean, that was a little bit of a hanging curveball, and Durkin, I mean, nobody knows where that ball landed. It was just gone. I've seen him hit that a few times, few foul ball home runs that he's had this year, and that's not comforting on the mound. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a little bit of a shaky pitch, but it's not, as Durkin hits that one once again right field. That one's going to get down. Durkin's going to try to stretch this one to a double, and there he's going to be safe at second base. And after hitting that one foul over the fence, he's able to put one in play for a leadoff double. That pitch there, that 3-2 pitch from Knight wasn't his full fastball. It's almost like he took a little bit off of it, and Durkin, not phased, hit it in the right field line and able to get that one into a double. But man, that ball before that double was absolutely smoked.
Number 10, Gay Neuenschwander.
So I'm going to call this one here. Runner on second, no outs. You need some runs. Neuenschwander's going to show bunt here. But they're going to call a balk. Knight never came set. And now Neuenschwander's going to have a runner on third base. And Neuenschwander now is going to be able to swing. You know, Jack Knight there was working from... It almost looked like he just tried to work from the windup. He realized it, tried to stop, and continued. But now he is working from the windup because Durkin's on third base, and he's facing Neuenschwander. That one's high for ball number 1, and Knight obviously flustered after facing Durkin, and now the balk. And now 1-0 to Neuenschwander. Panthers really looking for some insurance runs here in the 5th. That's the curveball. That's off the plate for ball number 2. (2-0) here. Fastball fouled straight back. Wow. By Neuenschwander, brings the count to 2-1. That one will bounce back into fair play. You can see the pitcher Knight going back in that one, throwing it to his catcher. They'll switch balls. So that's 2-1. No outs here in the inning for Caden Neuenschwander, the junior third baseman looking to drive in a run. That fastball's high and inside, brings the count to 3-1. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a 3-1 breaking ball here from Knight. Knight winds up the 3-1 pitch. That's a curveball. Neuenschwander swings through it, and just like I expected, he's having more success with that curveball than anything right now. So 3-2. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another curveball. Here's the pitch. That's a fastball. That's off the plate. And Neuenschwander will jog down to first base. And Liberty Hill has runners on the corners. And Knight is flustered on the mound. You know, you get past Durkin, you get past Neuenschwander, and you bring up Colby DeMars, a man capable of taking the ball out of any in this district. Just not an easy stretch of the lineup for anyone to face their Panthers here. DeMars now, runners on the corners for him. He's facing Knight, excuse me. First pitch to him is a fastball high and inside for ball number 1. And yeah, I think it behind DeMars is Trent Eller, who's 2 for 2 on the night, had an RBI double in his last at bat. So there's not an easy out in this Panther lineup right now. 1-0. Fastball swung on by DeMars. That one was in the dirt. DeMars chased it. Works the count even to 1-1. So runners on the corners. No outs. So even a ground ball here, a ground ball double play here would still score a run. They're going to pick Neuenschwander. He's back in time. Got to be careful. Seen several times a pick like that. You throw it over the first baseman, you allow the run, and then Neuenschwander advances and puts another runner in scoring position. Got to be careful if you're the Raiders here to not get too antsy. 1-1. That curveball by DeMars is popped way up in the air. The third baseman is under it, and able to make the catch is Mickey Caputo for out number 1. Curveball there from Knight. DeMars just got a little bit under it, popped it straight up in the infield for out number 1. So now brings up Trent Eller. I mentioned Trent Eller is 2 for 2 on the night. 2 RBIs, a single and a double, and he's one of the hottest hitters in this lineup as well. Neuenschwander back in time. They pick him. Trying to steal an out over there, trying to catch Neuenschwander sleeping, but Neuenschwander plays the game just as much of his head than with his skill. Really smart out there on the base paths. They're going to pick him again. He's back. He knows it. He knows he's the target. And now Trent Eller at the plate. An RBI single and RBI double so far tonight. First pitch to Eller. That fastball's high and inside again for ball number 1. That's where Knight's missing a lot tonight, is a little bit high and a little bit inside. Maybe needs to follow through a little bit more to bring that ball back down into the strike zone. Runners on the corners for the Panthers, up 3 here in this district ball game. That curveball's in the dirt. Neuenschwander goes. They're going to fake the throw, trying to get Durkin running, but you know Neuenschwander just going to take the free base. Durkin smart, not selling into the fake. So now 2 runners in scoring position. The threat of the double play mainly eliminated. A single here would score at least 1, if not 2 runs for Eller. 2-0 pitch. Fastball's in there for strike 1, brings the count to 2-1. Looked like Eller wasn't going to swing at that no matter where it was. Trying to make Knight throw him a strike in this crucial count. So 2-1. Here's the pitch. That one's in the dirt. Good stop by the catcher Heinrich. Brings the count to 3-1. And if Knight's not careful, he's going to walk the bases loaded here. Can't tell if there's any action in the Rouse bullpen. Wouldn't be surprised. They're going to bring the infield in. Makes a play harder, actually, for the infielders. But they're going to try to keep this ball game as close as they can. That fastball's high and away, and he's walked the bases loaded. And a double by Durkin, a walk of Noonschwander, and now a walk of Eller. And the bases are loaded for Garrett Neely. Neely's bound to have something happen. A fielder's choice and a strikeout tonight. Maybe this will be his at-bat where he can change his fortune.
Number 2, Garrett Neely.
First pitch to Neely. His inside gets by Heinrich. Durkin's trying to score. He will score, and now push the lead to 4. Liberty Hill and Cash Durkin able to score on that pass ball. Got past Heinrich, bounced on the plate weird, bounced way up in front, right in front of us, and Durkin able to score easily on that one. Runners both advanced, so Noonschwander's now on third. Eller's on second. Now 2 runners in scoring position for Garrett Neely. Knight, the 1-0 pitch here. Fastball's hit into right center field gap. The right fielder's going back. This is that worst going to be a sac fly. And it is going to be a sac fly as Garrett Neely gets the RBI there on the deep fly ball into right center field. So now Panthers lead by 5, and that's exactly what you want to do if you're Liberty Hill. You just want to keep slowly building this lead, get as many insurance runs as you can. And as well as your pitching staff and your defense has been playing tonight, you got to be feeling good about your chances. So now Stavino at the plate. He still has Trent Eller on second base. First pitch, that's popped into center field. The center fielder, Miller, able to make the catch for out number 3, but not before Liberty Hill adds 2 to the scoreboard, and we'll head to the top of the 6th, where Liberty Hill is leading by 5. I'm Jason Hebner. You're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vibe Live.
Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to VYPE.com and hit Find Your School to see what Vype is saying about your great community. See for yourself why Vype is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at Vype, VYPE.com.
And welcome back here to Liberty Hill in this District 25 5A matchups between 2 of the teams tied for the lead atop District 25 5A. If Liberty Hill wins this ball game, they would stay tied for the top, and Rouse would, and the loser of this ball game will fall to at least second place. 4 teams tied at the top of District 25 5A. Liberty Hill, Rouse, Georgetown, and Cedar Park. Liberty Hill plays Cedar Park on Thursday. Join us here on Vibe Live. So Colin Correjo leading off the inning for the Raiders. Connor Sherburne on the mound in his second inning of work. First pitch fastball in there for strike number 1. Once again, join us on Thursday night. We're not playing on Friday. That's Good Friday. We're playing on Thursday this week. 6:50. I'll be on there for pregame at Cedar Park High School. That pitch to Correjo fouled back into the netting. Early 0-2 for Correjo. Sherburne way ahead. So if Liberty Hill's able to win this, they will have won 6 straight ball games and been the hottest team in this district. That is called strike 3. Correjo not happy. And my fastball on the outer half just dots up Colin Correjo for out number 1. You know, Correjo not really happy with that delayed call. And is Coach Crimpen going to say something here? Uh-oh, head coach, or maybe this is a pinch hitter potentially. Oh no, this head coach Chad Crimpen's just gonna voice his no, it is a pinch hitter, I think. Yeah, I think this is a pinch hitter. I don't think he was actually voicing his displeasure. So we're gonna work to get the name of this pinch hitter for you. Number 21.
Number 21, Nathan Miller.
Nathan Miller? Nathan Miller. Thank you, Zach. Miller? Oh, Miller? Yeah. Nathan Miller, pinch hitting here for Mickey Caputo. So Miller here. First pitch to him. It's hit to Neely. Neely able to field it cleanly. He'll make the throw across the diamond to Durkin. A little bit high. Durkin able to come back on the bag for out number 2. Great play by Durkin. You know, Durkin can hit home runs, but he could also field in the field. Able to go up, catch that ball with his big frame, and come back down, land on the base before Miller could get there. So 2 quick outs here for the Panthers.
Number 2, Joe Sparchu.
And they're 4 outs away from a victory in this ballgame. At first pitch, a little bit inside to Sparshoe. Looks pretty good to me, maybe a little bit inside. Sherburne winds up. Here's the pitch. That one is high, brings the count to 2-0. So 5-run lead here, and if the Panthers can take out Sparshoe, they'd be 1 inning away from winning this ball game. Pitch here. That one's grounded weakly to Sherburne. He'll field it himself. He'll throw it over to Durkin. Easy for out number 3. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th, where Liberty Hill will look to tack on some insurance runs before they'll head to the top of the 7th, where they'll look to close out the Raiders. Oh, bottom 6, not 7, excuse me. You're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vibe Live.
For the end zone, touchdown, Ryder Hernandez on 4th and 2 from the 17.
Sure, Vipe Sports brings you the best in area high school football, but Vipe brings you exciting high school volleyball action.
Dive in the middle for the back row. Here comes James and gets the kill.
Vipe brings you walk-off home runs on the diamond.
Line drive, deep to left. It is going, and it is gone.
From lacrosse to the pitch to the court and more, the leader in high school sports coverage is Vipe Sports. VYP.
Welcome back here to Liberty Hill. We got a new pitcher on the mound for the Raiders. That's going to be number 10, London Miller. I can't read my own handwriting. London Miller. Oh, that ball is, no, that, excuse me. I'm seeing things now. So London Miller on the mound for the Raiders. He's going to look to keep the Panther lead to 5. And the Panthers will go to the top of the 7th, where they'll just have to get 3 outs, and they got a 5-run cushion. And the way the Panthers have been playing defense and on the mound today, you got to like their chances to keep a share of the lead here in District 25 5A. If they can finish out this ball game, it'd be a huge win as they'll head to Cedar Park on Thursday, where they would look to win their 7th straight ball game. And they have been the hottest team in District 25 5A. Wins over Leander, wins over Georgetown. If they could win this game against Leander Rouse and win on Thursday, they'd be well in line to win this district. And Miller on the mound is ready to get this one started. And he looks like he'll face Chase Maxwell. Maxwell will be in his third at bat of the game, excuse me. A bunt single in his first at bat and a strikeout on his second.
Now batting for the Panthers, the left fielder, number 3, Chase Maxwell.
So Maxwell will face Miller. First Panther batter to do so. Miller winds up. First pitch to Maxwell is a fastball, a little bit inside for ball number 1. So 1-0 to Maxwell. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's in the dirt, brings the count to 2-0. That looks like a classic overthrow from Miller. Just pulled the fastball straight into the ground, tried to throw it a little bit too hard out there. Brings the count here to 2-0. That's looks like kind of almost like, I'm going to call it like a slurve. Really big horizontal break on that breaking ball. Brings the count to 2-1. Slider, slurve. Definitely the breaking ball for Miller there. So 2-1 here to Maxwell. There it is again. Maxwell's just fooled by it. Brings the count to 2-2. So 2-2 for Maxwell. I mean, he's Miller on the mound is going to step off. retake a sign here from Carter Heinrich behind the plate. Winds up, 2-2 pitch. Slurve grounded weakly by Maxwell. That's fair. Maxwell's going to give it a chance at first base. The third baseman, Caputo, able to make a good throw across the diamond and beat the sliding Maxwell by a hair. So that'll be out 1 here in the inning. Liberty Hill just trying to maybe add some insurance runs here, you know. They only have to get 3 more outs to win this ball game over the Raiders, but, you know, every single run helps them.
Now batting for the Panthers is designated hitter number 12, Logan Dyer.
And now Logan Dyer's at the plate. He's going to show bunt. He's going to put that down the third baseline, and that'll be foul. He doesn't know it yet, but it is foul. I'm sure he knew. Maybe just practicing his 30 speed. I say that because he plays football, runs 40s, but in baseball it's 30 because it's only 90 feet. So 1 out here in the inning. Here's facing Maxwell. That's the slurve in there for strike 2. Well placed there. You know, he's able to put it right over like the right-hander's traditional batter's box and hit the outside half of the zone for lefties. That one's the slurve, but that's given more over the plate. Dugout unable to field it cleanly, and he'll bounce over to head coach Stephen Hutcherson on the third baseline. So 0-2, Dyer down early, facing Miller for the first time. That pitch, fastball, low for ball number 1. Dyer in this ball game, a ground out in his first at-bat, a strikeout in his third at-bat, and I didn't write down what happened in his second at-bat, so I have no idea. 1-2 pitch here. Dyer chases that one, and now be out number 2. And 2 quick ones for Miller, the new pitcher on the mound for the Raiders. But the Raiders may have found their pitcher a little bit too late in this ball game. Panthers able to jump on Oscar Salazar in the first 2 innings for 4 runs. They've gained 2 last inning, and now they're leading by 5 as Carson Riley heads to the plate. So leading by 5 this ball game. Here's the pitch from Miller. That one's hit hard by Carson Riley to the second baseman, Heinrich. Heinrich will throw it over to his first baseman, Diaz, for out number 3. And we'll head to the top of the 7th, where Liberty Hill will try to close out this district ball game over the Rouse Raiders. I'm Jason Huebner, and you're listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on Vibe Live.
Vibe Live, the leader in high school sports broadcasts. Wait, hold on just a moment. It's true that Vibe Live, formerly KMAX Sports, excels at high school sports broadcasts. But did you know that Vibe Live does more than sports? Vibe Live does band recitals, academic events. For more information on how Vibe Live can broadcast your event, email us at vype.com.
And welcome back as you hear the applause, the claps in the studio. As we got to applaud this Panther ball team for how they've played so far. Through 6 innings, they're leading 6-1 over one of the best teams in the state, and really are looking to keep themselves atop District 25-5A in a true contender for this district championship as we're in the heat of the second half of district. Once again, I'd like to welcome you to join me tomorrow night. Tomorrow night at 6:50, or not tomorrow night, excuse me, Thursday night. So I'm getting my days mixed up now. So Thursday night we'll be in Cedar Park at Cedar Park High School for this district ball game between Liberty Hill and Cedar Park. Liberty Hill will look to win. Pending they can win this ball game, they'd look to win their 7th straight at Cedar Park. They've won 5 straight so far. If they can hold on to this one, they just need 3 outs. They'd win their 6th straight, and they'd look to take their 7th at Cedar Park High School. So, for the Raiders, you have some good hope. I mean, you're facing the 1-2-3 of the Raiders, and it's Connor Sherburne in his 3rd inning of work. First pitch to Heinrich. Fastball, inside half of the plate for strike number 1. And 3 outs to work with. You'd have to love your chances as a Panther fan. Sherburne. That one's hit hard into center field, and Heinrich's going to reach with a single, and I hope I hadn't said anything that jinxes our Panthers tonight. So that's a leadoff single for Heinrich in his 4th at-bat of the game. You know, it is impressive that the Raiders have hit to their 4th time now, and they've only scored 1 run. It shows how Liberty Hill's really done a good job of getting out of it when they need to. And now Blake Gonzalez is at the plate. Gonzalez, first pitch to him is in the dirt for ball number 1. Once again, Panther fans need 3 outs to win this game, and Gonzalez will, they're going to call time at home plate for Sherburne to tuck in the back of his jersey. He will do so, and he'll return to the mound where he'll look to continue his dominant success so far. You know, Jefferson pitched first 4 innings of this ball game. He's in line for the win. Only allowed 1 earned run, left with a 3-run lead. Sherburne came in, has 2 innings of no-run relief, and now he's looking to add a third to that total and get the save. That pitch is a little bit off the plate, brings the count to 2-0. Once again, at the conclusion of this ball game, we'll take a quick break and we'll have a post-game segment. Please stick around and join us for that post-game segment. 2-0. That one's low for ball number 3. And Sherburne a little bit behind here to Blake Gonzalez. So 3-0. I wonder if Gonzalez has the green light here. Sherburne may just try to coast one down Broadway. Well, doesn't matter. That one's a little bit high, and it'll be ball number 4. And a single and a walk, and the Raiders have some life here.
Now batting for the Raiders, number 7, Caden Casper.
But before Caden Casper gets to the plate, we're going to have a little mound visit from Coach Bisher, the pitching coach for these Panthers. You know, he's just going to go out there, talk to his infield, calm down Sherburne. He did this a little bit earlier in the game with Jefferson. Just calm him down a little bit, you know, talk some strategy. No reason to worry if you're the Panthers yet. You can allow a few runs. You just can't, you can't start allowing base hit after base hit after base hit, or walk after walk after walk. If you can limit the damage now, you can limit these base runners to just these 2. Even if both of them scored, you'd still have a 3-run cushion. So Liberty Hill, no need to start panicking yet. Sherburne's going to stay in the game. You know, they're going to ride him. He is their senior. He's been great so far. Between him and Jefferson and Milam when Milam's healthy, they have one of the best pitching staffs in this district. So Sherburne now going to take his sign from his dugout in coordination with his catcher, Carson Riley. Gonzalez on first base. Heinrich on second for the Raiders. Casper at the plate. First pitch to Casper. Fastball high and away for ball number 1. Good crowd for tonight's ball games, and really waiting for the end of it to congratulate their winning team. Shows bunt as Casper. He pulls it back. Fastball's a little bit high for ball number 2. Sherburne having a little bit of a control issue right now. I'd bet there's some work going on in the Panther bullpen. 2-0 for Sherburne. Here's the pitch. That fastball swung through by Casper. Gets Sherburne back into the count at 2-1. Casper tonight has a ground out, a walk, and a strikeout. So he's 0 for 2 with the walk. Sherburne should be able to still attack him here. That one's in there for strike 2. Raiders can't believe it, but that pushes the count to 2-2. 2-2, no outs here in the inning. Sherburne looking to get the first out here. The pitch. That one's hit way hard into the softball area, and they'll keep the count at 2-2. So 2-2 count. Casper at the plate. Sherburne on the mound for Liberty Hill. 2 runners on for the Raiders. Here's the pitch. That one's off the plate. Brings the count to 3-2. And Sherburne's going to have to find the strike zone with the count at full. So full count. Sherburne set. Checks his runners. Now to pitch to the plate. Fastball grounded up the middle to Neely. Neely is going to touch second base to get the force out. Good job by Neely. Not forcing anything. Like I said, Panthers don't have to panic. There's no need for Neely to, touch first and try to make a throw, make an error, and allow some easy runs. Panthers got the 1 out. Still only 2 base runners on. That's 1 swing of the bat. They'd still have a 2-run lead. They're just fine. Now they just need 2. Home plate umpire is going to call for baseballs, and now Oscar Salazar is back in the game in his cleanup spot. He started as the pitcher. He left, and now he's back in it hitting in his cleanup spot. That pitch, I guess, a little bit inside for ball number 1. So 1-0, Sherburne checks Casper at first, who grounded into the fielder's choice a minute ago. That one's in there for strike 1. Brings the count to 1-1. Once again, final thanks to our keyway tonight, Linda Salvo, making sure we sound nice and clear for you on the audio waves, making sure our camera was nice and straight, and just overall helping us out here. Thank you, Lynn. So 1-1 here is Sherburne. He's facing Oscar Salazar. A little pitcher-on-pitcher matchup, even though Salazar's not the pitcher anymore. He was the starting pitcher at tonight's ball game. 1-1 pitch, curveball, finds his zone for strike 2. You know, Salazar in his first at-bat did strike out. Then he, oh, that's the wrong person. Salazar grounded out, then had the sacrifice fly. So he's 0 for 1 on the night with a sac fly. That's a fastball. A little bit low, a little bit. Both fan bases wanting that call. Both have felt that some have gone for him. Both have felt some went against him. So 2-2. Sherburne set. 2-2 pitch. That's grounded over to Noonschwander. Noonschwander's going to go to second. Eller's going to go to first. And we're going to end the game. We're not going to end the game. Durkin came off the bag at first base trying to go get that throw from Trent Eller. But regardless, a 5-4 put out. A 5-4 put out gives us out number 2. The Raiders do bring a run in there, but the Panthers still a 4-run cushion. I got a moth in here now. Oh. Okay. So the Panthers just needing 1 out now. They're going to have to face Colby Diaz, arguably the Raiders' greatest threat at the plate. Sherburne set, and this will be his first pitch to Diaz. Hit hard down the third baseline, past the diving Noonschwander. Maxwell's going to go cut it off. They're going to have a throw at third here. And Colby Diaz is going to have a stand-up double. So the Raiders not going away yet. Still, Panthers still okay. They only need 1 out. 1 swing of the bat can't end them yet. Colby Diaz, like I said, one of the biggest threats in this Raiders lineup. He's going to Texas State in the fall to join alongside Panther alumni last year, Ryan Leary. Leary playing shortstop for the Bobcats, and Diaz will play the corners for the Bobcats and add a big bat to that lineup. Texas State, one of the best collegiate baseball teams in America this year, and Colby Diaz will join that program next year. So 1-0, first pitch there to Carter Heinrich, the catcher of tonight's ball game. Sherburne, the 1-0 pitch. That one's grounded hard, foul. Noonschwander been a busy man the last few at-bats, was diving for that one, but it was called foul, and it brings Heinrich's count to 1-1. 1 out away are the Panthers from beating the Roush Raiders and staying atop District 25 5A. That one's hit into the left center field gap, and that is 2 runs are going to score. Heinrich's going to try to stretch this to 2. We're going to have a play at second. Eller's going to have to, and Eller's pulled off the bag by the throw in from left field. And now we may have some trouble here. The Raiders have jumped back. 2 runs scored on that RBI double by Heinrich. And now 1 swing of the bat could cause some trouble, and that looks like that does look like Coach Stephen Hutcherson is going to have to go to somebody else. He'll say thanks to C.J. Sherburne for all the relief work he's done so far. But it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a change here. So as soon as we figure out who this change is, we will we're going to figure out who this change is, and then we're going to take a short break. And it looks like they're going to call upon the shortstop, Garrett Neely. You know, Neely has gotten a few pitching appearances every now and then, and he's going to get a big one here. You know, the shortstop, he does throw pretty hard. So we'll take a quick 30-second break, and we'll be back when Neely's ready to face the Raiders.
Now pitching for the Panthers, number 2.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you VIPE stands above the rest. VIPE can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at VYPE.com. VYPE.com.
Okay, welcome back here to Liberty Hill, where the Raiders have really grown in some. I'm not saying the right words. They've came back in this ball game. Was 6-1 at the top of the inning. They've scored 3 runs. They'll have a runner on second, which will be Carter Heinrich, and then they're going to have at the plate they'll have Colin Correjo. So only a 2-run lead for Liberty Hill. If Correjo was able to put one out of his ballpark, this would be a tied game. The Panthers have taken out C.J. Sherburne, allowed those last few earned runs. Really great up until then. And they brought in Garrett Neely in the relief appearance. Cade Noonschwander is now at short. Ty Maldonado has entered the game to play third. So Neely working from the stretch. First pitch to Correjo. Popped out. And Neely's really an option you like to have out there. Just willing to come on the mound, and he's willing to work out there. And he's just looking to provide a change of pace off of Sherburne and Jefferson. Be something that the Raiders haven't seen. Sometimes that's all it takes to be successful on the mound. Correjo calls time. So 0-1. Good start of Neely attacking the strike zone. Correjo fouled it out of play. So 0-1. Neely's checking runner at second. That fastball's in the zone, and Neely 0-2. 2 strikes early, and Correjo's down to his final strike. What a story this would be if Neely's able to come in here and strike out Correjo to end this ball game. Neely set. They called a balk. They're going to say Neely didn't come set. You know, it's a fair game. They called it earlier against the Raiders in a very similar situation. So Neely's just going to have to make sure he comes set now. He knows it. He got a little excited out there. But now, still a 2-run ball game for the Panthers. Neely's set here. 0-2 pitch. Grounded weakly to Trent Eller. Eller's got to make the running play to Durkin for out number 3, and the Panthers have won this ball game. Panthers stay atop the District 25 5A standings, upsetting the state-ranked Roush Raiders and splitting the season series at 1-1. We're going to take a short minute break as these teams shake hands, and when we join us here after a minute for a quick post-game segment. I am Jason Huebner, and you've been listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball on VIPE Live.
For high school sports coverage second to none, discriminating sports fans, booster clubs, and student bodies will tell you VIPE stands above the rest. VIPE can provide your school and your entire school district with complete digital video streaming and live broadcast coverage at prices that fit your budget. Find out more information at VYPE.com. VYPE.com. Hey, buddy, you say you wish someone was covering your favorite high school sports teams? You just couldn't make it to the game and you need to find out now what's going on? Well, my friend, your prayers are answered. Go to VYPE.com and hit Find Your School to see what VYPE is saying about your great community. See for yourself why VYPE is the leader in high school sports coverage in Texas. Check us out at VYPE.com.
And welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen, to Liberty Hill, where your Liberty Hill Panthers have just defeated the Roush Raiders by a score of 6-4, and they stay atop the District 25 5A standings. 6 straight for these Panthers, and they've just been playing some great baseball as of late. They started this district campaign 1-2, 2 losses early to Rouse and Cedar Park, and now they've won 6 straight, wins over Leander, wins over Georgetown, now wins over Rouse. They're going to go in Thursday thinking that they're the best team in this district. And they've proven that they definitely can be, and I think that they are severely underrated in this District 25 5A. And they have something to prove when they go over to Cedar Park on Thursday to try to play to try to play the Timberwolves at 7 o'clock. Join me here on Vipe Live. We'll be live at 6:50 for that game. So what was the key to success tonight? Well, the Panthers got on the scoreboard early, scored 4 on Oscar Salazar, 2-run home run from Cash Durkin, hits from the other Panthers such as Colby DeMars, Colby DeMars, Trent Eller drove in 2 runs. And that's going to be successful when you can get on a team like the Raiders, like Georgetown, like Cedar Park early, force some pressure, and then you have a great pitching staff of your own. You got Cole Jefferson, you got Connor Sherburne, you have Blaze Milam when he's healthy. You got, Garrett Neely came in and got the last out of this ball game. Your defense is one of your strong suits at Liberty Hill, and you have to recognize that. If you can jump on the scoreboard early, take the lead, and you're going to be very successful. So Liberty Hill stays atop District 25 5A standings. We're going to do a quick update, see if other district scores are in, and see who else may be tied with Liberty Hill. We know that Rouse is going to fall to 6-3, but we do know that Liberty Hill has jumped to 7-2. It looks like no other ball games from this district scores are in yet, so we'll have to let you know on Thursday. So, for all of Vipe Live, I'm Jason Hebner, and I want to thank you personally for listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball, not just tonight, but every night. And we'll join us on Thursday at 6:50 in Cedar Park as the Liberty Hill Panthers look to extend their winning streak from 6 to 7 against the Timberwolves. You've been listening to Liberty Hill Panther Baseball. Have a good rest of your night.